All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Hello everybody. I'm a host of today's demo pitch. My name is Danila. I remind you that demo pitch is a trial pitch dedicated to make sure you're 100% ready to present your project in front of VC funds. Let me introduce you to LATOKEN Investment Committee representative, Maximus Lamin, who will provide you with the practical feedback, highlighting the crucial points investors pay attention to. Let me emphasize two key aspects of a trial pitch session. The first one is timing. You have 5 minutes for a pitch. Second one is structure. Your presentation structure should cover 10 points. Company purpose, problem, solution, why no, market size, competition, product, business model, team, and financials. Let me give a word to the first project today. Agroplexy, being represented by Agundel Mayowa. Agundel, can you please share your pitch deck with us on the screen?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, you have 5 minutes. You can start your presentation wherever you are.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Okay. Ogundele Mayowa is my name, and I am the co-founder of Agroplexy. Agroplexy was born out of personal experience with finances as it regards to financing agriculture. So what happened was sometimes in 2015, myself and my co-founder, we both approached a federal government intervention fund here in Nigeria to farm about 50 hectares of land. And we have all that it takes to actually participate in, to access this intervention. But unfortunately for us, we met a lot of bureaucracy. And since 2015 to date, we have not even been able to access such fund. We also observed that it's just beyond the normal. It's an annual thing, and it's not just Nigerian thing, it's a global thing. And 2015, we started Agroplexy. Basically, Agroplexy is a platform that is catalyzing financial inclusion for farmers in the emerging market. And like I've already said, we came up with this idea after our experience with farmers, on the field. Basically, what we are trying to do with Agroplexy is to help farmers solve a few problems as it regards, financing. The problem is that over 500 million farmers around the world are unbanked, and for emerging markets, it becomes more, critical in terms of financial inclusion. Most of the farmers that grows what we eat around here, they are excluded from the financial system. And that's one of the major reasons why they have it very difficult to have access to financing. So we came up with this idea. Also around here, banks are skeptical when it comes to giving loans, to farmers. They ask for a lot of stuff like guarantor, they ask for collateral, and it comes with huge interest as well. So we came up with a solution to solve this problem, just to bridge this gap for farmers. Number one, our solution is focusing on solving the problem of access to finance. Secondly, to reduce the risk that is associated with funding agricultural projects. The third point is that we are trying to eliminate, extreme cost on credit. Not just that, we are trying to contribute our whole quota to solving the, food insecurity in the world. And beyond that, we are trying to also reduce the lack of transparency, payment in payment settlement and record keeping in agriculture. Generally, that is what we are doing. We have basic 4 products that we are trying to, push out there. We have a peer-to-peer wallet that help farmers to receive, store, and send funds globally. Beyond that, we have a platform that makes it easy for farmers to actually quickly raise funds. And the third one is a farm management system that serves as a digital, like an automated digital record for farmers. The last one is API that help, organization and establish farm settlement to, to launch on blockchain quickly. So that's basically what we are doing. Like what we have as use case, our peer-to-peer wallet, it's on AgroPlexi marketplace where farmers can actually use it, to make settlements, to make payments, and transfer funds within. They can also use it to receive funds for their project. The other part is AgroPlexi, that's the funding platform, which is also on AgroPlexi platform. We have created a special application which is called Farm Pro. Farm Pro is powered by AgroPlexi, and that is our farm management system. The API, we have few APIs that we are trying to run presently, and we are trying to test run it with a few organizations, especially Chambotry. I'm going to explain about that later, probably during the question and answer session.
Olawumi,
yes.
Let me ask you something. Are you going to change the slides? Because we see only first slide on the screen.
Oh. Okay, so you didn't see anything?
We see only first slide, AgroPlexi pitch deck for a meeting with VCs.
I'm using a PDF, so it's...
For the whole feature of yours, we just have seen only first slide.
Wow.
Yeah, probably we can start from the beginning.
So let me use the... Sorry for that.
No worries.
So let me try and use the...
Yes, Mayowa, try to use the full screen mode. It should help.
Okay, I'm trying to... Let me share now and see if this will work. Is this better?
Yes, that's perfect. Can you scroll down up your presentation? Okay.
Great. Okay, so
yeah. This way, please.
Okay, I can go ahead now.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Do I need to start again?
Yes, please.
Beautiful. Okay, so like I said, AgroPlexi was born 2015 from our personal experience with farmer. Myself and my co-founder, we combined efforts to farm about 50 hectares of soybeans, and we solicited for fund, that's federal government intervention. Like we have what it takes to get that intervention. We have equity, we have farmland, we have everything that it takes to get this intervention. But we were met with a lot of bureaucracy along the line. There are political play alongside as well. So with that experience, we discovered that there is a big problem in the agri ecosystem when it comes to financing. And with our interaction with farmers as well, we discovered that it's not just Nigerian issue, it is a global issue. And we came up with AgroPlexi. So basically the problem is that half of the world farmers, half of the world, 1 billion farmers are unable to, they are unbanked. And for emerging markets, it becomes more problematic because majority of our farmers are unbanked, they are illiterate, they have a lot of factors that makes them financially, excluded from the system. So basically what we are trying to do is to bridge the gap. And the banks that will have done this for, the farmers, they are not even helping because most of them are afraid of the risk that is, associated with this particular ecosystem. So we came up with a solution, AgroPlexi, a financial platform, or let me call it a platform that is catalyzing financial inclusion. We are focusing on solving 5 major problems. The first one is solving the problem of access to finance. That's the first thing we are trying to do. The second one is to reduce the risk that is associated with, funding agri project, which is one of the major problems when it comes to bank, when you go to bank. Another thing is we are trying to eliminate the extreme cost on credit. bogus interest and the collateral that is required when it comes to the issue of accessing loan from banks. Beyond that, we are trying to contribute to solving the problem of food insecurity. And lastly, we are creating a system that reduces the lack of transparency in transaction, payment settlement, and record keeping in agri ecosystem generally. That's what we are doing. So we came up with 4 products. The first one is peer-to-peer wallet that enable farmers, to receive, store, and send funds globally. And the second one in an affordable platform, funding platform that enable farmers to quickly access funds, to quickly raise funds for their project. The third product is an automated farm management system that enable farmers to automate their record. These are interlinked to create like a system for everybody to have access to, and investors can follow up on farm activities. That's what they have invested in. And the last one is the API that enable organization and establishment to quickly launch on blockchain. So we have use cases here for the peer-to-peer wallet and affordable financing platform. They are both active on AgroPlexi platform. While farm management system, we have a special application, but it's still powered by AgroPlexi platform. We call it Farm Pro. So this one is launched, and any organization, whether livestock, crop production, they can use it, to automate their record. And the last one is the API. We are test running our API, a few API that we've published of late, and that's on Charm Bottery and Execologist. I'll talk about these few use cases probably during our question and answer session. Okay, so this is the historical evolution of tech in agriculture and the recent trend. We understand that using technology started as far back as using the animal power to enhance production, moving up to the Agri 2.0, where combustion engine is introduced, with manual data record, and 3.0 comes with smart farming equipment, can now communicate, and can also communicate with a data center, and information can be gathered, and a few decisions can be made. Then it becomes a bit better at the 4th generation, where information now drives production, and we have what is called precision farming. Exactly what using technology, you know exactly the capacity of your land before you even start growing. What the input, the amount of energy to use, what the number of resources to inject to get, and so it becomes better now to the recent trend, which is the digitally integrated enterprise. So we are creating a system of systems. In other words, we're now creating an ecosystem that involves almost all the players within the ecosystem. And that's, within the agri ecosystem, that is the trend now. The introduction of robotics, the introduction of artificial intelligence, to make farm more, more productive, and at the same time, more precise. So you can see from the diagram what it looks like. That's the evolution. And we are at the beginning of the 5th generation, probably because of where I am anyway. So what is our market size? We have an available market size. That's the total addressable size, which is about 4.8 trillion. And it equates to about 33 million farmers. We have the segmented size, which is about 1 trillion. And this one is African market. Africa, that's the developed, let's just call it the emerging market, where we have our focus to about 12 million farmers. And the last part is our whole local market, which is that's the serviceable as it's obtained now, about over $300 billion market size. That's for Nigeria market alone. And we are looking at about that equates to about 1.4 million farmers, including establishments. So that's our market size. Now, this is our target customers. We have farmers, which can be crop, can be livestock, and can be value added people within the value addition chain. We have ambassadors. These are agents and activators that stand as intermediary between our platform and farmers, and at the same time and establishment. And we have the last one, which is organization. These ones are farm settlement, processing companies, and value chain players like haulage businesses, and that contributes to making sure that transactions are done smoothly within the ecosystem. So these are the segment of our customers that we service. Okay, so what's our competition? We understand that our first primary competitors are the financial institutions. Like I said, they are not willing to help farmers because of the risk that is associated. So that's one of our advantage. We take off the risk completely. Beyond that, we have a lot of crowdfunding and investec platforms around, especially here in Africa, especially in our market here. We have a few of them here. But our advantage is that, number one, farmers have access to finance easily on our platform. We reduce the risk by insurance, not just insurance. We also use what is called timeline farming. So you tell us what you need per time. Based on your deliverables, we release subsequent funds to you, and we monitor you up through our agents. The other part is we reduce cost on credit. As a matter of fact, we don't ask for collateral. I think what we charge, if you choose to, is 6%, and you can also choose to share 20% of your proceed at the end of the day with us. So we reduce cost on credit as much as possible. Beyond that, we enforce what is called transparency and traceability. This one, I'm going to explain more about it in detail later. The last one.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. 5 minutes is over. Please speed up if possible. Thank you.
Okay, so already I've explained what our product looks like and what we use it for. This timeline we started, what we have presently in terms of traction. We've been able to cover this within the last few years. We have over 194 ambassadors. We have people that we are still processing their own. That is from the ambassadors and agents point of view. We have covered a bit of Nigeria. We have 176 cooperative society and organizations that are mapped on our database, and we are hoping that in the next 4 years we can do for 5,000 farmers. Presently, we have access to over 178,000 farmers within Nigeria alone. We have access to them, and we've been able to certify about 70. This is what we have been able to transact within the short period of time that we are here. Lastly, we actually have a solid team that they are working with us. I am the co-founder, and I happen to be the lead as well. We have a few other people, and we have advisors around the world that are helping us: Mackenzie, Telly, Ivory, Christopher. These are the people that are also helping us, to get this done. These are business model, very simple business model. Like I said, every fundraise, we either charge 6% or you give us 20% of your profit share at the end of the project. Beyond that, we train and we charge for training. That's for our agent. We charge 0.05%, for per transaction that goes through the wallet. And beyond that, for activation, we charge between $300 and $5,000, depending on the complexity of your, integration. So this is one of what our go-to-market strategy. We have been using email services. We'll be activating our USSD services probably in the next 2-3 weeks. We are using social media very well. We have field agents that are training farmers, transferring knowledge to organization, and we will be using mobile app application before the end of the year. We attend conferences and seminars, and we're going to be very aggressive about our go-to-market as we move on in the year. What do we need money for? We need money, number one, to expand our marketplace capacity. You understand what COVID is doing presently. And we are just entering our peak period in this area, and more people will need to order food from home. So our marketplace on AgroPlexi, we're expanding the capacity. Beyond that, we invested in an oilage service, which we want to expand that so that it can complement the effort of the marketplace. We want to increase that. Then before the end of the year, I want to see the completion of our platform to blockchain integration of blockchain on our platform. I think basically that's what I have presently. Thank you.
Thank you. So let me give a word to LATOKEN Investment Committee, Maxim.
Okay. Hi, thank you for presenting. So yeah, let me give you some feedback. The first thing, obviously, is timing. You went over 12 minutes, which is more than 100% on top of what is our actual format of 5 minutes. So definitely there has to be some work done on that. I see a good structure in the presentation, and it's pretty graphic, and I didn't see particularly unattractive slides in terms of, you know, too much text or, you know, just, you know, confusing content. I didn't see much of that. Maybe I really like the solution slide. I think it was quite perfect. And probably it would be good if you could make the problem slide as graphic as that one. Going back to the solution slide, I think you stayed on it a bit too long. Just the first part of the presentation, you stayed too long. Problem, I think you explained it quite quickly and effectively. But solution, yeah, solution has to be much quicker, especially if afterwards you explain about, well, you have quite a few slides. So just bear in mind, I think you have around 18 slides right now. So that would give you less than 20 seconds per slide. So maybe either reduce the amount of slides, or, you know, just keep in mind that it has to be much quicker. In the competitor slides, I wouldn't mention the banks. I mean, you know, keep it as a group of competitors, but I would mention the InvestTech and AgroTech competitors that you have there, which are the closest ones to you, and also maybe mention how you are different and how you are better. And also something that's kind of divided the presentation in two at the end was the team slide. I would always put it at the end. For some I say to put it at the beginning if, you know, there is somebody on board who is like a politician, or, you know, someone who, you know, if that project is literally based on that person or that team. But usually I would put the team at the end, and you know, that is the one that is the easiest to skip, because after the team you had business model, you had, you know, why you need the funding for, and honestly, quite honestly, that is more important than team. So I would put the team at the end, and I wouldn't really explain too much who every component is, and that's about it. I think that with the structure is there, maybe just recombine it in terms of law, what comes first and what comes after, and that's it. I think with this feedback, you will be able to cut the timing of your presentation quite significantly.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Sergey, do you have anything to add?
Yes, I would add something. Agondela, thanks a lot for your presentation. Like it can be clearly seen, you're very much into the topic, and it's really good. Another point is what's really important here is to keep up with the structure and timing, and because timing is set, it's fixed. 5 minutes, you really have to fit in that, because it's like timing is timing, and the order of the slides. I think you really have to also keep to this structure, because you had really more slides than was advised to have, and more topics. So if you just what Maxime said already, if you just use less words in the first slides, that would be really great. And they, as an example, like your slides with competition, business model, and team, they're great, really great in market size. So if you can continue using these graphs and just key points, because people pay attention to the key points. If there's lots of text, they get lost, and they just stop getting the relevant, very important information about your business. So these things, so please correct it. And I would also advise you to have clearly stated your offer to investors at the end. So that's really important. So you're offering what exactly you are offering, and your fundraising targets. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergey. All right. So Olawumi, thank you for joining our today demo pitch. I highly encourage you to take into account the feedback provided by LATOKEN Investment Committee. For further steps in regards to the date and time of the panel discussion, please ask your dedicated LATOKEN listing manager. He will provide you with all time slots available this or next week. Thank you, everybody, for today's demo pitch. I wish you a very good day.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.